So Tom, when you got a phone call and said, "Hey, we're going to bring you out to the Hall of Fame and recognize you for your courage and your involvement in wrestling," what was that like for you?
Um, it was really, it's like unbelievable. I couldn't believe it at first.
Right.
And actually, I wasn't driving. My son was driving me to Cincinnati for an eye appointment at the time, and it comes over my truck phone, and he's like, "You got to be kidding me! He goes, "Holy cow!" And it's like we're all excited, and like, so it was pretty exciting.
So how'd you get into wrestling? Everyone kind of has their own wrestling entry story.
My father was a big basketball guy, and we did baseball with him and stuff, and I didn't want to go through all that with him again with basketball, so I decided to go a different way, and my older two brothers wrestled a little bit, and then I wrestled, and my younger brother wrestled, so he didn't really know a lot to how to tell us what to do. So I think it helped us.
And you chose to continue wrestling. You wrestled in college, right?
Yes.
You're able to go to the national tournament in junior college. You also wrestled at Cortland, right?
Yep.
So yeah, talk about the desire to wrestle in college. It's not easy to do when you're a student, and obviously it must have been something you enjoyed enough to go to two different colleges where you competed.
Yeah. Wrestling is one of those sports that once you get it in your blood, it's kind of hard to get out of, I think. And it's just a love inside of you that I just couldn't stop it. And I just loved wrestling. I competed in open tournaments probably 3, 4, 5 years after college also.
And you've done some refereeing and things like that. I mean, when it was in your blood, you did more than just compete, right?
Yeah. I refereed in Section 3 and in Section 5. And I also refereed college. And in 1997, I was assistant official for the Division III Nationals that was held in Cortland.
So, yeah, one of the reasons you're here is because of your courage in fighting back from a serious accident that happened to you at work. And, thinking back to that, what was it like for you to have to go through the grueling recovery process to get to where you felt you could be? I mean, it's not something you think you ever have to face, right?
Yeah, it's like at first you're like, why did this happen to me? I
Right.
think everybody goes through that part. And then it's like, and then when the doctors say certain things, like when they first came out and saw me, they told me I'd never drive, be able to work, or do anything again for the rest of my life. And I looked right at them, I go, yes, I will. And then we just slowly got better. I mean, I was almost 3 years before I could see again.
But you got right back, I mean, into wrestling, even when you were going through the recovery. What was that? Was that helpful for you to do something you loved, even though you were still facing a lot of difficulties?
I think the wrestling really gave me a purpose at the time. It made me feel like I was needed, and that's something you need when you get hurt like that bad. And it also made me feel good to see kids actually achieving and doing well with things that you've shown them and helped them get through, and try to make the kids better. I think that's more of a joy than actually winning. Like when I wrestled myself, you kind of expect to win, but when you watch other kids pick up things that you've taught them, and they've gotten better, and that's a big thing.
And it really got active as a coach now. You're on a high school program. You're helping kids in the off season. Talk about the enjoyment you have in coaching and how you've developed that as you've continued with your life.
Like when I first started at Port Byron, there was only 5 kids on the wrestling team. And since then, we've had as many as 26, and but we haven't gone below 15. So that's very good for us. We've never had a kid go to states before. Now we've had 3 state place finishers, We've got a young lady that is at a Division I scholarship at McKendree out in Illinois, and we had two other young men get Division I offers, but they didn't want to pursue them.
So you feel a lot of achievement and accomplishment seeing the kids in your community really learn to love wrestling like you do, right?
Yes, yeah, and I started a Pee Wee program probably 12, 14 years ago now, and now I've turned that over, and that is really starting to flourish. We've got a number of kids in that, anywhere between 40 and 60 kids join that, and they're doing very well. And now they're starting to come up through, and it's making the program even better.
So, wrestling obviously has played a major role in your life. What kind of lessons did the sport teach you that A, helped you when you were having challenges, but B, also gave you something that you could pass on?
Wrestling's hard work, and everything in your life that you have that's worth something is hard to get usually. And I believe wrestling gave me the work ethic, and also gives you respect and humility. And I think you need that to be successful in life, so you can understand how other people are, and you can, make yourself a better person also.
First time out to the Hall of Fame for you, or
Yes.
have you been out here? You looking forward to the whole process? You got some family with you?
Yeah. I'm a little nervous.
Right, yeah.
I mean, there's some pretty impressive people out here. Then you got me here, from little upstate New York. But yes, I'm very excited. And I've got my wife, my two boys are here, and I got a couple of my brothers and their wives are coming out.
Well, hey, we want to congratulate you on this achievement, and of course, I think this is a little way to thank you for what you're doing for other people in wrestling. So, thank you and congratulations.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it very much.